Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In previous video we saw how we can install and set up Surigata in our Ubuntu machine. Keeping these it aside, we also saw how we can install Zeek installation and setting up of Elk stack and OpenSearch as well, and sending logs to this OpenSearch and Elastic stack also using multiple methods. For OpenSearch, of course, we use only log stash. In today's video, let's see how we can install Wazuh in our machine. Starting with, let me download a file called Wazu certificates tool from packages.wazu.com using curl command. So it's https packages.wazu.com slash the version we'll be using is 4.7 for this demonstration, and the file name is wazu dash search dash tool.sh. This is a bash file. Let me verify it with ls. Let me check if it's created. Yeah, there's a file created. Now I'll also curl for a file called config.yaml from the same website. So it will be config.yaml. Once this is done, let's make some modifications to config.yaml. So I'll be adding the IP address for the indexer and server and dashboards defined in this configuration file as 0.0. It's recommended not to use 0.0.0 in production based machine. This is just for a demonstration purpose, so I'll give 0.0.0 over here. And let me exit. Let Now let's run the bash file which we have downloaded just now using bash dot slash wazu search tool dot sh. This will generate few certificates required. Let me give the option minus a. Let's check if the directory is created. Yeah, we can see the directory Wazu certificates. So let's check the directory inside. We can see there are multiple PEM files. Now what we'll do is we'll go back to the home directory. Let me clear the screen. What we'll do is we'll zip all the Wazu certificates directory into a tar file using tar command. Now we can see its Wazu certificates.tar has been created. Let's install few dependencies that are there using apt get install. The first is debconf and add user, and also pro cps. Sorry, I have to be a sudo user. Let me add sudo. All packages are installed. Let me clear the screen now. I'll also install gnu pg and one more package which is apt transport https. Once this is done, let me clear the screen and let's copy this command. Sorry, I have to be a sudo here as well. So I'll go to sudo su and I'll copy paste the command again. So we can see the key has been exported. This command is for exporting Wazu key pair to our machine. We are adding the repository basically. So I'll copy the next command as well. let's import the packages to sources.dlist. Before that, the exclamation marks may need to be changed. Once this is done, let me run the update command, apt update. So our update command is successfully done. Now let me use apt get -y install Wazuh indexer to install the Wazuh indexer. So we can see, oh, Wazuh indexer is successfully installed. Let me clear the screen. So since the Wazuh indexer is successfully installed, let's go to the configuration file, which is located as etc/wazuh indexer /opensearch.yaml. Let's make some modifications to this file using nano. So here I'll uncomment the discovery.seed host, and in place of node 1 IP I'll give the IP address 0.0.0. In place of 0.0.0, you can specify the IP address of the machine you are running. So let me give 0.0.0. Let me save the file and exit. Once this is done, now we have to copy paste, send the certificates which we have generated previously to Wazuh indexer directory. Before that, let me initialize node underscore name is equals to node 1 because we have let's check the config.yaml file. So let me use the cat command. So we have defined our indexer node name to be node 1. So I'm giving node underscore name is equals to node 1. Let me create a directory in Wazuh indexer for a directory to storing certs, and let's copy paste each and every command. Now let's set appropriate permissions to these directories, and once this is done, let me clear the screen. And now let's run daemon reload command, systemctl daemon reload, systemctl daemon reload. So let me go ahead and enable Wazuh indexer. So sorry, Wazuh indexer and here. Once this is done, let me start Wazuh indexer. Let's wait for a while for it to start. So now let's go ahead and check the status of Wazuh indexer using systemctl status Wazuh indexer. So we can see it's active and running. Once this is done, let me clear the screen. Now let me go ahead and run a script which is located at user share Wazuh indexer /bin / the file name is index security in it, which will initialize the security for Wazuh. So yeah, let's wait for a while. Once this is done, so let me clear the screen. No, before that, let me check this working of Wazuh indexer using curl command, curl -k -u the username and password will be admin, and the site is https, let me give 0.0.0, and the port number will be 9200, which is the port number of OpenSearch and Elasticsearch also. So we can see it's running fine. Let me clear the screen now. Once this is done, now let's go ahead and install Wazuh manager. So we can do it using apt-get -y install Wazuh manager. We can see that Wazuh manager has successfully installed. So let's go ahead and reload the system using systemctl daemon reload. Once this is done, let me enable Wazuh manager, systemctl enable Wazuh manager, and once this is successful, let me start Wazuh manager now. So we can see it takes a bit of time to start. Let's wait for a while. So now let me go ahead and check the status for Wazuh manager service. We can see it's active and running. Now let me clear the screen. Now let me go ahead and install Filebeat. So apt-get -y install Filebeat. Once the Filebeat is successfully installed, let's download the pre-configured file for Filebeat from Wazuh to /etc/filebeat/filebeat.yaml. The file, the pre-configured file is at https packages.wazuh.com slash 4.7 is the version slash ipl slash wazuh slash filebeat slash filebeat.com filebeat.yaml. I guess let's go and check the configuration file for Filebeat. This didn't make any change. 1 second. Let me create Filebeat key store meanwhile using Filebeat key store create. So I think there is an error in the previous command on curl. After Wazuh I forgot to place a slash. So Wazuh slash let me run this command now. Neither did this make any change. Okay, so let me once curl the Wazuh page. Okay, so there's an spelling mistake of packages. Let me change it. So packages. So this must be the filebeat.yaml file. Let's go ahead and check this configuration file with nano. This didn't make any changes. Okay, let me do it with the smaller option curl minus s o. So once this is done, now let's go and check. So yes, the configuration file has now changed, and I'll go ahead and change the host address from 127.0.0.1 to 0.0.0, and let me go ahead and save this. Let me clear the screen now, and now that this is done, I'll add admin as username to the Filebeat key store using echo admin. Filebeat key store, add username. Let me force add this. It's stdin dash dash force, and similarly I'll add the password as well. So there's a spelling mistake for Filebeat. Sorry, Filebeat username is added, and I'll add password now. So both username and password are added. Let me clear. So once this is done, let's go ahead and download alerts templates using this command. Let's copy paste it, and once this is done, let's give the appropriate permission using chmod command. Once this is done, let me clear the screen out, and let's now go back and let's use the curl command to install file Wazu module for the Filebeat. So let's run it. Once this is done, let's go back, and now let's copy the node underscore name is equals to, and let's define node underscore name is equals to Wazu dash 1, and let's copy paste the commands. First let's create a directory using mkdir, and let's copy paste the other commands where we will send the certificates that we have generated before to the Filebeats directory. So yes, and once the move commands are done, let's give the appropriate permissions to these files using chmod and chown command. So now let's run systemctl daemon reload. And once the reload command is done, let's go ahead and enable the service for Filebeat using systemctl enable Filebeat. Enable Filebeat. Once this is done, let's start the service for Filebeat. Systemctl start Filebeat. Let me go ahead and check the status of Filebeat. Systemctl status Filebeat. So yes, we can see the Filebeat is running active, is running, and the status is active. Let's check the out. Let's test the output using Filebeat test output. So we can see everything is running fine, and we can also see that TLS is been enabled. The connection is established with 0.0.0 is to 9200. The port number is 9200, where this is the OpenSearch Elasticsearch, where the Filebeat is communicating with the OpenSearch Elasticsearch. Let's go ahead and install some other dependencies like deb helper, tar, curl, and also lib libcap2 dash bin. So we already have tar and curl, but let's go ahead and install for the demonstration purpose. So we can see that all the dependencies are installed. Let me clear the screen. Now let's go ahead and install Wazuh dashboard. apt get -y install Wazuh dashboards. Sorry, it's only dashboard. Now that the Wazuh dashboard is installed, let's go ahead and make some modifications to the configuration file, which is located at etc slash Wazuh dashboard slash open search underscore dashboards.yaml. Okay, so here let's change the address opensearch.host address to 0.0.0 from localhost. Once this is done, let's save the file. Now let's go ahead and copy some more commands where we define the node underscore name here to be dashboard. Let me show how this is done. So before that, let us see the configuration file which we have downloaded previously, cat config.yaml. So here we can see for dashboard, we gave the name to be dashboard. So node underscore name is dashboard in this case. And next, let us create directory using mkdir, and let's send the certificates we generated previously using tar and move commands. Once this is done, let's give appropriate permissions using chmod and chown command. So this is done. Let's go ahead and clear the terminal, and now let's run systemctl daemon reload to reload the system. Systemctl daemon reload. Now let's start the service for Wazuh dashboard. Let's enable the service first. Enable Wazuh dashboard. Uh, Once this is done, let's start the service. Let's check the status also as well. So systemctl status Wazuh dashboard. So we can see Wazuh dashboard is running successfully. Now let's go ahead to our browser and let's try to ping Wazuh dashboard. It's HTTPS and the IP address of the machine. So in my case, it's 192.168.0.146, I suppose. Yeah, and no port number to be supplied. So we can see it's showing not private. So we can see Wazuh is loading. So let me give the username and password to be admin and admin. Let me try to log in now. So we can see there are few checks going on. One is API connection check, API version, alerts, index pattern, monitoring index pattern, and so on. So the Wazuh dashboard is running fine. So if you like the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. This will really help me. And also, if you want the Medium post which I've shown just now, I'll leave a link in the description. You can check it out from there, and you can follow in Medium as well if you have an account. Thank you for watching.